All right, boys, how we doing? Good morning. Happy Thursday. Let me know if the audio sounds good. We've got a pretty small slate today, honestly, from what I see. I believe we do have game 2 today of the Stanley Cup final. And then I believe for MLB, we've got a fairly small slate. It looks like we've got 9 games. We do have a couple that are going to be midday, which is pretty nice. And then we have a few for the night slate. But not a whole bunch going on today. So we're going to try to find some value using upside, of course. And as always, appreciate you guys for being here. If you guys are brand new, make sure to drop a follow or subscribe wherever you're watching. And by the end of the stream, if you enjoy the tools that we're using to build out these slips and the props that we're taking, you guys can go over to upside.tools and use code TRIDENT, TRIDENT, and get yourself 5 days completely for free of the optimizer or the whale watch tool. Okay. For those of you guys who tuned in yesterday, we did cash the discount slip that I put in, wherever it's at. This one right here. Okay, so if you guys took this, Brunson, the over 0.5 points, we took with Devin Vassell under 13.5 points, as well as Wembanyama under 39.5 points and rebounds. So hopefully you guys took that with me yesterday. I did end up crafting a couple of slips by myself. Got a little bit of purple on a couple of these, which was nice. But also ended up with Knicks money line, which was huge. And then for those of you guys who saw over on Twitter, which, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, you guys can go do that. I post free slips over here at Trident_DFS. Had a 25x that came down to the final leg last night with Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle over 6.5 assists. And sure enough, he did not cash. He had 3 assists in the first half and then really didn't do a whole lot productively in the second half. It seemed like De'Aaron Fox was pretty much the main person taking the ball up court and kind of facilitating everything offensively. So that's a bit of a bummer. I did post this over to Twitter. If you guys didn't already see, I would assume this has probably been bumped by now, but I literally just took the top 2 plays off of the upside optimizer. So if those are still up, definitely grab that. Luke Cornett under 2.5 points with Corbin Carroll under 0.5 runs. The Luke Cornett prop is insane. It looks like 1.5 is the line over on FanDuel, which makes a lot of sense. Luke Cornett's not a guy who's going to pull up from the three-point line. So he may get lucky and get a basket, but I don't really see him having much play time, similar to how he played in game 1. So, but what's up, everyone in chat? Good morning. Good morning. Every alley-oop Castle through led to a foul. Yeah, that's pretty much the main thing that was pretty frustrating. It seemed like the Knicks kind of wanted to get in the Spurs' head early. So everything, I mean, I was watching the game. So, Stephon Castle typically tries to drive into the paint and then have Wemby come off the pick and roll essentially, and then lob it to him. And every single time he would lob it to Wemby, Wemby's getting fouled as he's going up. So leads to free throws. So that was a little bit difficult to watch. And then it seemed like every single other pass that he was making, which that's the other thing. It's not like Castle just wasn't passing the ball. Every time he would dish it out to the corner for a 3, somebody would break a shot. Shout out to Champagny for actually hitting his 3s. But yeah, just a tough loss. I don't know what you guys think is worse, losing on the first leg of a 25x or the last leg. But it's just a bummer having all of that momentum throughout the slip and then have it come down to the final leg to chalk. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to be over on Prize Picks to start things off. Try to get in a couple slips over here possibly. And we'll make our way through the DFS apps and then over to Novig. And if there's any promos that you guys know of that you want to let me know about, we'll try to cook up a slip for them. So first slip that we're going to take here, we're going to start off with OG Anunoby under 5.5 rebounds. Still up on Prize Picks at the moment. Minus 146 over on FanDuel. There's a good chance we're going to have a lot of these NBA plays sprinkled throughout our slips. And I know for some of you guys, you're not a huge fan of allowing your slips to have plays for, plays that are not happening today, but that's kind of just how it is during this time of the year, as these games are spaced out. I'm going to toss in this Mark Stone prop. This is for tonight. I believe we took this yesterday in a couple slips, but those slips did not hit, so I'm okay with exposing on this a little bit more. Mark Stone over 0.5 points. We're also going to take a look at this Henry Bolt. I think it's how you pronounce it. I don't think there's any weird pronunciation here on the Athletics. Under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today. Minus 130 over on Novig. But it looks like people are making lines taking this at minus 123, which is nice. So we're going to take that. Henry Bolt, under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs as a leg number 3. And we could technically run this as a 3-leg just like that, which is what I think we're going to do. Brunson just carried so hard last night. It's insane. Yeah, that was... I honestly, as somebody who was... I don't have a, like... I don't have a winner in the fight, you know, essentially. Like, I'm not rooting for either team. Although I did have Nick's money line. That was a little bit crazy watching him kind of come alive in that second half, specifically the fourth quarter. Pretty much just being able to drive to the rim and just, you know, score whenever he want to, it felt like. And then pulling up from, you know, just his mid-range jumper was on point. So I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty whenever he got injured, and he got injured a second time. But yeah, let me get this this link sent out to you guys in the chat. We're gonna run this as a 3-leg. So Spurs not letting Harper close the game. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I support the decision. I think De'Aaron Fox definitely played better yesterday than I've seen in previous games. Dylan Harper is freaking great for a rookie. Like, he's playing exceptionally well. So I think that the Spurs will pick up game 2. I think we'll go into the Garden tied up, 1 apiece. That's what I think will happen. This is what we're taking right here, okay? Make sure you guys get this in. Pull this over so you guys can see. Boom. Trey, what's up, dude? Yeah, you have to put us on some of your total home run props today. We'll have to take a look. Trey's been crushing it. All right, so Henry Bolt under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs versus the Cubs. We've got Mark Stone over 0.5 points, and then OG Anunoby under 5.5 rebounds. All right, so that's going to start us off over on Prize Picks. Little 3-pick power here. Make sure you guys get that in. Let's see. What else do we have down here? Let's take a look at the Whale Watch tool, see if we have any DFS plays over here. And if you guys are brand new to the stream, the Whale Watch tool over on Upside essentially is going to tell us where there is sharp money coming in or lots of liquidity. Over on exchange markets, including Novig, Profitex, Polymarket. So yeah, it doesn't look like we have a whole bunch right now over there. VGK Moneyline might be the play if we can get a good price on it, which it looks like we can. Let's go ahead and rip this. Do we think the Golden Knights go up 2-0? I say we rock with this at 146. We're taking VGK plus 146. Everyone should be able to get this in. There's not a ton of liquidity that is available right now for it on Novig. But if you guys make an order with me, we're essentially hanging minus 146 for the Hurricanes, which is going to be top of book, as it says right here. So whenever you guys see that, that essentially means that we're trying to take the Golden Knights at plus 146. Therefore, there's going to be liquidity now available on the minus 146 for the Hurricanes. So if anybody opens up Novig saying, hey, I want to take the Hurricanes, the top price that they're going to see is going to be our order of minus 146. So if you guys want to take that, let's go ahead and take that over on Novig, unless you have Circa, which I don't. But we got a lot of liquidity coming in there. So that's what I'm going to run with tonight. Let's see here. What else do we have? Let's go take this. We're going to run with the Diamondbacks tonight versus the Dodgers. Plus 133. This is over on DK Predictions. some of you guys heard me talk about this yesterday. I tried to sign up with predictions, and then they locked my account. That has been resolved though. So let's go ahead and try and take this. What I say, Diamondbacks plus 133. One thing that I will mention that I think is very important for you guys to pay attention to is that thankfully right here we have a 2.2% edge. Obviously a lot of money coming in at these different price points. We're getting it at plus 133, which is by far the best price right now in the entire market. What I will say is that DraftKings predictions does have fees involved. So you'll notice that, like, if I were to play this right now, like technically 150 on a plus 133 play isn't going to give me 333, right? Like there's going to be fees that are accrued, right? $6 in fees. So especially for you smaller unit bettors, I would definitely check that out. But basically what I'm saying is that if you were to look at this tool and you see that the Diamondbacks are at plus 133 and let's say Novig had it at plus 132, Novig is technically the better play because you're not having to deal with the fees involved with it. Okay, so I'm going to ride with the D-backs tonight versus the Dodgers at plus 133 over on DraftKings predictions. So let's go ahead and take that. I'm going to go ahead and clear that from the Whale Watch tool. Let's look at stuff for today. We got golf today too, don't we? Are there any golf promos anywhere? I guess Sleeper might have something. There might be. I'm not really sure. I have to go look around. Let's see here. A little tennis play. 2.9K coming in at plus 163. We're getting this at plus 165 on Novig. Andrea Lazaro Garcia. That starts in about an hour. Let's go tail that. Tennis has been very unpredictable. I don't think this is a French Open play. I'm not that familiar with it. Oh, there's only $1 liquidity available. Maybe not. Maybe we won't take that. I don't know how many of you guys have been watching the French Open, but it's been kind of crazy. A lot of the big names are going down. So the semifinals are not like there's no on the men's and women's side. There's no #1 tennis player because I believe Sinner's out, Alcaraz is out. Alcaraz didn't play, I believe, but then Sabalenka went down yesterday. So, anyways, let's go try to figure out this slip that we were putting in. So we've got let's see, Wilyer Abreu. Let's take this. We're going to take Wilyer Abreu under 1.5 total bases. Once again, this is over on Prize Picks. We're going to look at this, and then we're going to move through the rest of the DFS apps. Pick 6 does? Okay, we'll take a look at that. Pick 6 does have a discount or a promo. We've got a lot of stat slices. We got a stat slice for WNBA and hockey. Okay. We'll take a look at that for sure. Better discounted Rory to 72.5 strokes. Feels like a free under. Yeah, where are they playing today? Is it a par 72 or is it a par 70? Or a par 71? Run WNBA first for pick 6. Four-point discount here on Alicia Gray. Yeah. Let me show you guys what I played yesterday real quick. I was pissed about it because I'll explain why. I ended up getting a slight purple winnings boost, right? This Jade, I think her name's Jade. Yeah, Jade Melbourne. This girl played like 8 minutes in the first half. Maybe. She got 2 assists in the first half. Third quarter, didn't touch the floor. Came in the fourth quarter with like 7 minutes left. And like had no chance to go over. Because at one point I was just like, just don't put her in. Don't put her back in. And at least this will get voided and I can try and get 5 out of 5. Right? But I'm not too mad just because the payout here would have been purple, but not crazy purple. So it is what it is. Anyways, let's keep building this out. Willier Abreu under 1.5 total bases, minus 145 over on Pinnacle, and a nice little, not a whole bunch of hold over here on Novik. Looks like people are taking this at minus 121, which is nice. So we're going to add this as leg number 1. Leg number 2, we're going to take this Jackson Blake prop over 0.5 points for the Hurricanes. Jackson Blake over 0.5 points. All right, now let's go check out. Are we going to be able to put in a full slip here? I might have to just leave this up. I'm not crazy about any of these props, unfortunately. Yeah, let's go take a look at something else. Let's look at Better. Let's see if Better has anything for us today. 30% NHL only profit boost token. That's going to be hard to come by, I think. We'll see. Ooh, minus 148 for Jordan. I love taking Jordan unders. Sarcastic. Jordan should be able to get a 3-pick in over here. Under 1.5 total bases. Let's see. What was this last 5? Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter anyways. But, all right, under 1.5 total bases for Jordan over on Better. We've already got this OG prop put in over on Prize Picks. We technically could run it again. I know that a lot of you guys don't like the double exposure, though. Dang, there's not as much as I thought over here. I guess we could just run a 5-pick with it. Not even. I saw the top prop and I thought that there was a lot of value over there, and there really isn't that much. I never understand WNBA minutes in production. Yeah, I was trying to follow along because some people on like Reel were trying to explain it. And apparently the girl that she was supposed to go in for was like doing good, I guess. Like, so then the coach kept her in. I don't know. It's kind of whack. Underdog's got good value right now. Let's go over there. Mookie under 1.5 total bases, I believe was that first prop. Mookie under 1.5 total bases. And then Rooker. That's a really good 2-man right there. Rooker and Mookie Betts. Is Rooker down? They already took him off. We'll see. Trident looks like he chews 5 gum. Yeah, that obviously is not true. If there's a gum that I'm chewing, I think we all know what I'm chewing. Let me go over to the actual game. Let's see. Yeah, he's here. I don't know why the search feature is not working. Anyways, we're going to run that little 2-pick here. Over on Underdog. Boom. Get that in. I already sent the link out in the chat. So this will be a 3.5x on Underdog. Probably going to make that my only play on Underdog right now, just because I've already played. I played the other one with Corbin Carroll, so I have 1 play left on Underdog today. I'm going to save it for a little bit closer to game time. Okay. Make sure everyone gets this in. Mookie, under 1.5 total bases. Brent Rooker, under 1.5 total bases. Looks like they just removed Rooker and changed the payout on Mookie. Tough. Hopefully everyone got that in. What's crazy right here is that these total base props are so funny because, like, what if we just also run a 2-pick for them both did a home run? It's also a very valid option, right? Let's see here. What else can we do? Dabble. By the way, we hit on Dabble yesterday, I think. We're on a little streak of locking in 3-pick powers where one of the legs gets voided, and then we just hit a 3x. That happened yesterday as well. Yeah. Julio Rodriguez under 0.5 runs, and DeLauder under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That's another cash. Let's see. It looks like Dabble is smoking again, so we're going to go ahead and try and take advantage of this. Let me see what's available. Let me see what's available here. Leg number 1, we are going to take Those first two props are not on the board. These first three props are not on the board. Oh, Keldon Johnson. Over 6.5 points for Keldon Johnson is going to be leg number 1. Then leg number 2, we are going to take Caleb Durbin under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then the third leg that we're taking is going to be Jared Jones over 4.5 hits allowed. All right, link in the chat. Boom. Sharing is caring. All right, this is on Dabble. This is a 6X, half a unit. Just got a notification that my order was filled for the Golden Knights, which, like I was saying, we offered the best price available for the Canes money line. So somebody went over, took Canes money line with enough liquidity to cover us at plus 146, I believe. That's what I said. All right, so we're taking this. Boom. Lock it in. 3 picks, all in. You guys can go over to Dabble and just follow me as well. My username over there is Trident DFS. Pretty sure you can just copy the entry, lock it in. Okay. All right. I'm going to go over something because this might be, you may have never heard this before, possibly. There's a good chance you have, but there's also a good chance that you haven't. For those of you guys who are familiar with Onyx Odds, right? This beautiful sports book here, okay? You should understand that these odds that they pull from are the exact same as DraftKings, which means when I come over to Upside, right, and I'm coming down here to the Game Lines Optimizer or the Player Props Optimizer, right now, what I like to do is I just do my normal thing, right? I set my filters, I come over here, and I lock in DraftKings, and these lines are usually available over on Onyx, okay? So, like, for example, we could lock in, I like to do little 2-pick parlays with these just because I'm limited over there, but like, for example, if I want to lock in Wemby under 38.5 points and rebounds right now at minus 105, I should be able to come over here, look at the combos, points and rebounds under 38.5 at minus 105. Okay, so there you go, right? If I want to lock this in, which we all know over 14.5 is definitely a good play, especially with FanDuel at 15.5. But minus 159 for Adrian Hauser, over 14.5 pitching outs. Probably going to just run this as a little 2-pick here and lock it in. Pitching outs over 14.5. Boom. Lock it in. We'll play that. That'll play a little plus 218 parlay over on Onyx. Pitching outs are not banned when they're good lines. That's the thing. It just needs to be good lines. What do I mean by that, right? For those of you guys who haven't tuned into my rants, if a line is at 14.5, right, it should naturally be favored over because typically, and this is not always the case, but managers will pull their pitchers after the inning is over, depending on what their pitch count is, right? So they should come in groups of 3, right? Because 3 outs make up an inning. So 15, 18, 21. I don't like taking the pitching outs when there's a value on the over 15.5 or under 17.5 or the 16.5 lines. I feel like are the absolute worst. But stat slices for every sport on Pick 6. Yeah, we're about to take a look at that. Hopefully get in a couple of slips. Make sure you guys lock this in. All right, we're taking this over on Onyx. By the way, if you're not already signed up on Onyx Odds, you can sign up with code Trident, okay? Like I said, if you're ever on the Upside tool and you're looking at DraftKings for value and you're upset because you don't have access to DraftKings, well, guess what? You can get access by going over to Onyx Odds. Pitching outs over singles. I honestly would agree with that. I definitely would agree with that for sure. What's the pricing? You can get 5 days free. Check it out. Go over to upside.tools. Use code Trident as you see it at the bottom of the screen, bottom right. Type it in. 5 days completely free. Check it out. And then once your trial is done, you can still use that code to get 25% off. Okay. Does the Upside tool have Polymarket and Kalshi? They sure do. Polymarket, Kalshi. Yeah, a lot of options here with player props and game lines. The thing with pitching outs is that like that's what I was talking about. I feel like there's a little bit of an extra edge involved when you have a prop like what we just took. Over 14.5 pitching outs, right? Like he should be favored, which obviously he is, but like he should be favored to go 15. That's the book saying, hey, Adrian Houser's going to pitch 5 innings and then he's going to get pulled. That's what I'm saying. Courtside is DraftKings Mimic with better odds on certain markets. I've heard good things about Courtside and bad things, so I might need to check it out for myself. Same thing with Chalkboard. I don't know if I'm like, part of me is against getting on Chalkboard because of the fact that I've heard bad things about them. And the other thing is that they don't give out their API. So like all of these optimizers don't have a way to find good plays on Chalkboard. So it would have to be done manually, which can be a little bit of a pain, especially with, as we can see how easy it is having a tool like this automated to find good plays for you. And at the end of the day, it's really just you versus the sportsbook to see if you can lock in plays faster than they can remove them. So that's probably why, but I'm going to go back over to Dabble, see if we can lock in another slip real quick. We got 3 different sports stat slices on pick 6 today. Yeah, we're gonna check that out afterward. We got plenty of time. We're gonna be live for another 30 minutes, going until 10. And then, as I've said before, if you guys are not already following me over on Twitter, definitely do that, because once we're off stream, I'll still be posting some slips over there throughout the day. Trying to find some more plays here for us to take. Let's see, Carlos Narvaez. We're gonna take this as play number 1. Okay, so Carlos Narvaez under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and then we already took this Henry Bolt prop. This Michael Harris prop is great if it's available. Michael Harris. Nope, they only have us on over available. We've already taken Jordan. Brian Rocio. This should be available. It's an over. Over 0.5 hits for Brian Rocio. We're going to take that. And then let's also run. We're going to take this. So once again, you can hate me for taking it, but it's favored under 15.5. So this is the book saying, hey, we think that JT Ginn is going to go 5 innings. Which, what in the world? Why did I not know this? Why did I not know this? Hold on. This is crazy to me. This is the same pitcher here? JT Ginn? Hold on. Hold the phone, dude. I know he had the one game where his no-hitter got spoiled with 2 outs in the 9th. You're telling me this dude went 8 innings twice? I'm looking at his last 5 right now. That's insane. Wow. Okay. Anyways. Irrelevant. Previous results. That's what we're taking. Shout out to Dabble for accepting a decent amount on these, actually. All right. What's my filter settings? I'll pull them up in a second. Just posted the link in the chat for you guys. Let me go ahead and pull this up so we can all see this 6x play. That way you guys over on TikTok can get this in as well. Boom. All right. Bang. Carlos Narvaez under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Brian Rocio over 0.5 hits. And then JT again, under 15.5 pitching outs. What software is that? This is Upside.Tools. If you guys want to go check it out, you can get a 5-day free trial by going to Upside.Tools and using code TRIDENT, TRIDENT. 5 days completely free, and after your trial, if you still want to roll with it, find some more good plays, you like how it's working, you can get 25% off by using the same code. Any home run plays? Possibly. Typically, I'm not somebody who's running a ton of home run plays, at least not publicly. But if I've got some sort of profit boost, we'll definitely take a look at it. I think home run parlays are fun to sweat, and certainly something that are okay to run as long as you're getting positive EV on them. But not something that I would rely on to make you a ton of bread. Does it have all the books? Yeah. It's got all the books. What books are you looking for? These are the DFS apps, but if we were to look at other books, we can go over here. We got a lot to go over, guys. Let's just keep moving real quick. Let me pull up my filter settings real quick for you. I just have these all set for the same DFS apps. So I run FanDuel as the heaviest weight. FanDuel is going to be your best, most significant data point when it comes to player props specifically. So I have this weighted the heaviest. Next up, I've got Circa, Novig, and ProfitX all weighted at 3. FanDuel's at 5, by the way. DraftKings I've weighted at 2.5, and then Pinnacle at 1. As much as these settings might matter, once you do this for a while, you'll realize that it's important to kind of just break it down and look at every single data point. So like you'll notice I typically will open up each individual one, see where all the data points lie, because I'm not only looking at the over, I'm looking at the under, and vice versa. Can I explain my plays? Yeah. So real quick, I'm assuming most of the newer crowd is going to be coming in from TikTok. So I'm going to explain this real quick for you guys, okay? So this live stream, by the way, I'm live every single weekday, right? Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. What we are doing here is a lot different from your normal live stream, okay? So for a lot of you guys, you're used to going into live streams where people are breaking down matchups, where people are looking at how somebody's performed over their last 15 games. A lot of cherry pick stats. What you need to understand is that all of those statistics that they are trying to work into their plays are all taken into account by the major sports books who create these lines. DraftKings, FanDuel, Circa, Caesars, BetMGM, all of those big sports books understand all of the information already, and they take that into account. So what we're doing here is what's known as positive EV betting, or positive expected value, okay? If you want to, the easiest thing I can say is to go over to either my Twitter or my YouTube channel at Trident_DFS, okay? It's literally pinned at the top of my Twitter, and you can find it over on my YouTube. I posted a video. It's a complete beginner's guide breaking down what positive EV is and how you can actually be profitable on sports by using that strategy in your slips, okay? So that's what I'll say. I'm not going to spend the entire, live stream right now breaking that down, but the video is going to do a good job. It's about 14 minutes long. You can put it in 1.5x speed if you want. But I try to break it down so that way you guys can understand it, because I know that the term positive EV and what it all kind of encompasses is not a great, it's not an easy thing to comprehend if it's your first time hearing it, okay? All right, let's go over to, let's see. I'm gonna look at Novig real quick. I don't think people realize there's like a 0.1% chance of hitting a 3-leg home run slip. It's almost impossible. Yeah. The only way to justify it is if you're getting an insanely, positive EV percentage, which even then you still have to consider taking that over the long term. I will say, I'm annoyed a little bit because I do believe that, specifically Twitter is all about home run parlays this time of year, which, I understand why. You get somebody who comes across your feed who puts $25 on a home run slip to pay out 50 grand, right? And then everyone loves it because it gets a ton of engagement, gets thrown on everyone's For You pages. I understand the hype. That's what I'll say, right? But then you have a ton of people who try and mimic the same thing, and then they're going to lose a ton of money because they're not locking in plays that actually have value. And what I mean by that is, like, if you are somebody who already is a this is the issue. If you're somebody who's already a losing bettor, there's a good chance that you get those profit boosts. So technically, the home run slips now become positive EV because of your profit boost that you're adding onto it. But you're already a losing bettor, so you're just digging yourself a deeper hole unless you get lucky, you know? Yeah, I'll check Hard Rock real quick. We'll see what we've got over there. Hard Rock, by the way, if you're not limited on basketball, WNBA specifically, there's a lot of value over there, okay? A lot of value. Let's see. This is going to be today. We can take this prop. I'm okay with running this. Under 21.5 total games in this tennis matchup between Landon Ardia versus Timo whatever. Let me see. We're going to take this. Let's go over to... I got to log in real quick. All right. We're going to go over to, what did I say? Timo Layout. Under total games, 21.5, minus 105. Minus 121 plus 100 here. 52.27% chance of hitting. Getting this at minus 105. Unlimited, whatever. All right, I'm taking that on Hard Rock. Please don't tell that if I'm not telling you guys to go take this on FanDuel or whatever. You guys know that already. Hard Rock, if you have it, minus 105 on the under 21.5 total games between these two individuals, Landon and Timo. All right, let's go over to the Whale Watch tool real quick, and then we're going to go over to Pick 6 because we got stat slices over there. For every home run slip that hits, there's like 100 missed ones. It's more than that. It's more than 100. I mean, I guess if we're talking about like 2 legs, then yeah. There's a lot of money coming in on the Blue Jays right now. Let's take this. Plus 188. I'm going to take this. Not a whole bunch of liquidity over here available. I'll make an order though. Should be top of book. Blue Jays money line. Just tailing the short money coming in over on ProfitX, it looks like. Jared Jones under 15.5 pitching outs over on Better. It's a good play. Another pitching outs play with Chris Sale. What do we want to do here? Let's go over to Pick 6. We'll come back to that. Pick 6. Can we tell your Dabble pick? Yeah. Go over to Dabble. Username is Trident DFS. You guys should be able to tell directly from the page. All right. Pick 6. By the way, I have different filters for Pick 6. As you guys know, Pick 6 is a DraftKings platform, which means that they are going to place, or they're going to offer props that DraftKings has around 50-50, right? Because it's a DraftKings platform. So we want to account for that by not accounting for DraftKings. So I have a separate filter here. Essentially looks similar to the DFS, just the normal DFS filter that I have, except I do not have DraftKings weighted. Okay. Do I play home run slips? Yeah, sometimes. Occasionally. Like, for example, on Tuesday, I threw something together real quick. I didn't post it because, like I said, I don't really condone running home run slips. But, for example, Onyx had like a 99% profit boost on a home run slip. So, like, of course I'm going to play that because that's a ridiculous profit boost. Literally, you could play anything and it's going to be positive EV. All right, let's take a look what we have here. Do we want to run MLB, WNBA, or NHL first? What were the odds on the Blue Jays? Plus 188. Plus 188, I believe. Yeah, plus 188. Yeah. Top of book right now. We'll see if it fills. Plus 188 for the Blue Jays. All right, let's run WNBA. First leg we're going to take is going to be the Alicia Gray over 16.5 points. Why don't you condone it? Because it's like, it's one of those things that degenerate gamblers usually do. And I say that because you're going to have very few people that are going to profit long term on it. And the people who do are usually going to be the ones who actually get lucky and hit a slip like early when they're trying to hit a slip. Because if not, it then becomes continuous misses and chasing losses. And like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of people are not getting in profitable slips. And what I mean by that is they're not getting good value on their slips. So like, for example, if, I don't know why I'm doing this. I was about to just tell you guys how to be profitable long term. But at the same time, it's like, the issue with it is that there are 162 games played by every single MLB team. I can tell you the exact formula for you guys to be profitable long term by taking home run plays, but that might not even like when I say long term, like you might not be profitable this season. That's the type of variance that we're talking about with home run slips. Like, a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to actually hit a home run. They just see, somebody do it and they're like, "Oh, he's got a good matchup today. Oh, look at that. The weather's nice today." I hate those research apps like Prop Finder or whatever, because all the research these cappers talk about is, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyways, let's try to build this out. We're going to take Alicia Gray over 16.5 points. Let me go ahead and put WNBA on here as the only filter. Ooh, we got a lot of good plays, looks like. We're going to take Veronica Burton under 13.5 points. That'll be leg number 2. This is for 2 games? Or is this leaking tomorrow's plays too? Nothing. This is all for today. Okay. We're going to take Caitlin Clark under 20.5 points. And then we're also going to take... We're going to take Courtney Williams under 1.5 3-pointers made. Wait, I guess we could technically just run that. No, we're not going to run that. I forgot. It's the stupid payouts. If that's a 6x, we're running that, but it's not. It's a 5x. Courtney Williams under 1.5 3-pointers made. That scares me. I actually said something the other day, talking to somebody that I was watching the WNBA game, believe it or not, and the Courtney Williams, her jump shot's not bad. She's got a decent jumper. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to take Angel Reese, I guess, under assists at 3.5, which I'm not a huge fan of, just because that's like kind of negatively correlated. Let me go ahead and I'm going to clear all my filters and see if we've got any sort of just line discrepancies maybe. Gabby Williams. We love unders, right? I think we run that. I don't know what's worse, taking under 3s or singles prop. Definitely singles. Definitely singles. The only person I'm like scared to take under 3s right now is freaking Ryan Howard. Didn't she have like a 30 bomb the other day? Or like yesterday? I don't know. I'm thinking we're going to run this though. That's probably going to be the best option for us, I think. I'm really just looking at these FanDuel lines and the exchange markets. But I'm going to run this. It's going to be a 25x. And for those of you guys who are discount fiends, I do like this Alicia Gray prop the most. I'm going to wait until later to try and lock something in for these other slips, just because I want to wait on some more value. Okay, so I'm hoping that we get some more value on the board to build out another slip possibly for the other stat slices. I don't know if I'm going to run all 4. I believe there's 4 of them. I kind of want to check to see the actual sportsbook lines Because if it's only like a 2-point discount, you know, it might not be necessarily worth it. So we'll see. But that's what we're running. So Alicia Gray over 16.5 points. We got Caitlin Clark under 20.5 points. Also taking Angel Reese under 3.5 assists. Veronica Burton under 13.5 points. Courtney Williams under 1.5 3-pointers made, and then Gabby Williams under PRA at 22.5. Williams is the best discount. She's favored to go over her normal line. Is that taking into account the fact that Alicia Gray's a 4-point discount, or do the books have her at 19.5? Yeah, I know I'm lagging over on TikTok. I don't know why. It's always weird over there. The line's at 20.5, yeah. Yeah, okay. Gray's favorite under 20.5. We'll run the next one then. We'll run Williams on the next slip then. All right, everyone get that in? Everyone got this slip in? Move on to the next. Let's see what else we've got over here. Let's see, what do we have for MLB possibly? Anything? I know we ran Rooker under total bases, but we might have to run this too. These are all batters, all of them. Surely Acuna is the best play here, right? I mean, we already took Mookie under 1.5 total bases, Jordan under 1.5 total bases. Tatis can't do anything facing Wheeler. Acuna's facing Fluharty? Yeah, I'm going to take Acuna. And then Langoliers is facing Imenaga. It's got to be Trey or Acuna, right? Let me check this real quick. Minus 270 for Trey. Minus 2 there. Okay, we'll take Trey. That's fine. All right. We're going to take Rooker. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's see what else we've got here. Ooh. Interesting. Minus 132. All right, let's take that. We're going to take Robleski. Over 3.5 strikeouts. Shea's the best one. Is he? He's at best odds? Minus 270. Isn't that what Trey just was, or no? I already exited out. All right, we're taking Robo over 3.5 strikeouts. Then I guess we'll roll with, they might nerf our payout here if we do this. Waldschmidt, under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Where's he at? Yeah, it does. Let's just run that then. We'll 3-pick. All right. 3-pick power here. 6x. Make sure you guys can see this. So we're taking Trey Turner over 0.5 bases. We're taking Rooker over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then we're taking Robleski over 3.5 strikeouts. Turner's minus 260. Gotcha. So Shea would be the next best to run. Probably would have gotten a nasty payout shift if we had run Langoliers. All right, stat slice. Trey Turner over 0.5 bases. Brent Rooker over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then Robleski. There you guys go. Did your free Jalen Brunson hit on draft 6? Yes. DraftKings pick 6? Yes. Yes, it did. Acuna was a good shout, though. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to run all of them probably throughout the day. We'll see. All right, we got a little bit less than 10 minutes, probably about 10 minutes left. So if you guys have questions, make sure to drop them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. Okay. We are going to go back over to prize picks real quick. Okay, same props here we've already taken. Better. Do we have anything on better? Erica Hamby. That's a good prop. What was this for? 10.5 rebounds and assists. With Jordan. Can we run one more here? One more prop? I'm running this. I'm gonna take Burton. Under points. Running that. Any more underdog value right now? Other plays got bumped so fast. Not at the moment. Like I said, I am limited pretty heavily on underdog. So I've only got one more play that I'm able to play today. So I'm going to wait until a little bit later to check. A little closer to game time. We're running this over on Better, though. This is going to be a 6x. It's a 3-pick power. Recommend putting a half unit on it, or I guess whatever Better allows you to put if you're limited. And if you're not already on Better, you guys can also sign up with code Trident. Like I said before or yesterday, you guys should get a free, like risk-free play, I believe. So nice way to get like $100 for free, or $200 if you cash. Trey plays the soonest. Was that Trey Turner over 1.5 bases? No, it was the discount. Over 0.5 bases. It's a discount. All right. Jordan under 1.5 total bases. Dearica Hamby over 10.5 rebounds and assists. And then Veronica Burton under 13.5 points. Okay. Cool. Let's see if we can get in another game line, possibly. Like going over to Novig. Set up my main market filter. Not much. Not much at all. Under 10 total runs. It's a 4% edge. 101 minus 116. 38.09. I'm gonna try to take this over on ProfitX. You guys want to take this with me? There's a lot of liquidity available if you guys want to tail. This is for the hold up. Take a screenshot of this real quick so that way you guys can see. Plus 115 under 10 runs in the Cubs versus Athletics game today. Plus 115, 10 runs or less. Okay. Let me pull up the screenshot because I know that those of you guys over there on TikTok can't see it. There you go. All right. And once again, guys, if you're not already on ProfitX, it's an exchange market similar to Novig. You guys can sign up with code Trident pretty much everywhere, and you'll get some sort of deposit bonus, free play. And as I always say, guys, make sure you're signing up on as many books as you possibly can, okay? And disperse your bankroll, not evenly, but disperse it with the proper ratio of how many plays you're getting in. So, like, what I mean by that is if you have more value on Prize Picks than Underdog, then put more money in Prize Picks than Underdog, you know? And it's okay to move your bankroll around where it's needed. But we're taking this. This is like a 4% edge right here over Pinnacle. So under 10 runs on the Chicago versus Athletics game. Plus 115. I'm assuming that wind is probably blowing out at Wrigley, considering an under 10 runs is plus money. But we're getting a good price on it. So what was the Brent Rooker prop for pick 6? We took the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Do I think that's going to hit? I think it's good value. I know it's good value. How many slips did you make on DraftKings pick 6? Just one for the WNBA and then one for the MLB. So 2 total. What is a Dabble rocket ship? I've got like 3 of them and no idea what they are. So the rocket ships, I believe... See, I also had that same question. Let me see if I have any. I don't have any right now. Apparently, if you use a rocket, it does one of those stupid games where you allow the rocket to go up, and then you have to stop it before it like explodes or whatever. And then it's the rocket's going up to give you a boost on your play though. So like a 6x would be 6.8x or 7x. You know, it's kind of stupid, but that is how it is. All right, guys, so this is going to be the last play that we run. This is going to be our nuke, if you want to call it that. The biggest play that I've played today so far. Really good edge on this, like I said. If you guys wanted to see why we're taking this, okay, not because I think it's going under, not because I looked at the weather, but because we're getting this at plus 115, best price in the market. Pinnacle, very sharp book, has this at plus 101. Okay, and we're getting it at plus 115, over a 4% edge on that. So that's what we're taking over on ProfitX. Like I said, guys, if you would like the tools that I'm using here on stream, you guys can go over to upside.tools and use code Trident, TRIDENT, and get yourself 5 days completely free. All right. Also, after that free trial, you can still use the code to get 25% off. If you guys are not already following me over on Twitter, at Trident_DFS, post plays all the time over here completely for free. Make sure to check this out. Check out the YouTube channel if you guys want to know more about positive EV betting and how to be profitable in sports, of course. 300 only paying 345. No, 345 is the winnings. So your total payout would be 645 there. It's a plus 115 prop, not something ridiculous. Get this in now. This is probably the best value for the pick 6 hockey slip. Let's see what you got for me. We'll run this real quick if it's good and stream with this. Stankoven under 2.5 shots on goal. Dorofeev. I do like the or no, that was for yesterday's game. Let me check this real quick. Slightly correlated too, yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with running that. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I didn't even check that. I didn't check NHL. Let's go though. We'll run that. All right, so tell that if you guys are in the chat. The link was already put out. Yeah, we're gonna run that stat slice. That's gonna do it for stream though today, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern time. All right. As I already said, make sure you guys go drop a follow wherever you're watching. Go drop a follow on the Twitter. I'll be posting more plays throughout the day. Good luck on everyone's plays today. Hopefully we cash out. Have another good day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace out, boys.
Break it up. Yeah, throw all the ones in the air, toe shot, come here, come break it up. Yeah.